times to one of the projects. So we removed
So
the
the question
individual,
came up
the duplicate
when I
references.
was screening one of my
We
films
identified them in the
about how I
notebook,
did
and
some of
then
these animations that
we
just use sort of
identified the
handwritten
references
text
which were
that
in common
changes from one
among
thing into
more than
another,
one
and
project.
there's a section coming up here where these chalk outlines
Someone may
become
have been reporting to
names,
the
and so the question came
OSPE,
up
but
of
also
how I
identified
did
in an
that.
exclamation.
So I remembered that it was done using Illustrator, and I can do a quick demo of how it works right now. Just if we start with the pen tool, and I'm just going to do a kind of random shape here, and then I'm going to do another shape. Let's say that's random in a different way. Okay, so I have these two shapes, and what I want to accomplish is an animation that morphs between this shape and this shape. And here is the trick. So first we're going to just put them on top of each other, and that will become clear as to why I'm doing that in a few minutes. I'm going to highlight both of them, go to Object, Blend. I don't think this tool has been used since the mid-90s. We'll go to Blend Options. We're going to have, we'll do 64 steps. That's a lot, but it'll make it easier to see. Click OK. Blend Make. Okay, it just, even though it looks like a solid, what it's done is make all of the intermediate steps in between the first shape and the second shape. And now here's where we turn that into an animation. We're going to export this as a Swift file, and when we do that, we have these options, and the important one here is to say we want to animate the blends. Well, actually, let's go back to this. This is the important option here, is Illustrator layers to Swift frames. You need to select that, and when you do that, that will then give you the option to select how you want the blends animated. And in this case, we want to do them in sequence. This will make a kind of continuous animation. If we select in build, it will make them actually go sort of like one after another. We can go either from the bottom up or the top down, and I would suggest that all of these things you just experiment with until you figure out how it's going to solve your particular problem. Click OK. Exports very quickly. We're going to go to After Effects and import that file, and let's just restrict this to Swift files, which are here. And here's our morphing, and if we make a new composition from that, we have this set at 12 frames per second, and if you remember, we did 64 steps in that animation. There's our morph between the two shapes.